Hi friends, it's Mari. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. And we are going to show the first week being back into my Hobonichi Weeks. It's been quite an interesting week and a half. I've just been kind of decompressing from all of May's activities and festivities, and with the kids starting, well, one child who graduated high school, and then the youngest, he's still in school. They haven't started summer break until the end of this week, so we're winding down. And so I've just been kind of resting a little bit with all the excitement that has been happening in May. And so I'm excited to do my very first, I guess, like monthly check-in slash setup back in the Hobonichi Weeks. Now, if you guys have been with me for a little bit, you guys know that for this year, we were in the Hobonichi A6 Techo, but the year prior to that, we were doing Hobonichi Weeks because that is my number one, my most favorite way to document my day. And so we're back. We've decided that we're going to go back to the Hobonichi Weeks because we just missed it so much. And it just feels like home. Let me tell you, I'm so glad to be back. And even I'm still, trying to get used to it again because obviously it's not really different, but kind of different from my A6 Techo. So I'm getting the groove back into it. And now that we've been in it for about a week, it feels like home. I've gotten back used to it, and I'm just so glad to be back in the Hobonichi Weeks. It's just, even back journaling has been such an easy thing for me to do. There was, over the weekend, I wasn't able to document my day right then and there, but going back and back journaling, it was so much easier. And so I definitely am so happy that we're back. So what are we going to do today in this video? So what we're going to do is I am going to go over what has been happening so far in my Hobonichi Weeks, and then we're going to set up for June, just like any monthly check-in and setup. But this time we're going to be in the Hobonichi Week. So I don't know if this video is going to be short or long. We'll see depending on how much I talk, because you guys know my videos can get quite long. I don't have like a specific, usually I have like something that I'm doing in these videos, but I think for this catch up, I do want to just focus on this. I do have some side projects that I'm doing, personal side projects for myself that I do want to talk about. And so I'll probably explain those later, and then I'll do like a video that's a little bit more in depth of that project. But first things first, let's get to what we're here to do today, which is to go over our Hobonichi Weeks. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, I have cut down a traveler's notebook to fit a Hobonichi Weeks because I have a ton of traveler's notebook, and that's kind of one of my other obsessions are the traveler's notebooks. And I cut this down, I think back in like 2018 maybe, and it's been one of my favorite journaling covers. I have several other like Hobonichi Weeks sized covers, but this is by far my favorite. And so my thought process, I've been slowly over the years been just kind of adding to the decoration of this cover, which I definitely want to continue doing that. Last year I did add this M. This year, obviously, because I wasn't using this, I didn't add anything. So hopefully by the end of this year, there will be another something that I'll be able to add to this journal cover. I mean, we still have plenty of space, so we'll see what that would be. And my hopes is that every year that I do use my Hobonichi Weeks, that is what I'm going to do. Obviously, all of this stuff was done when I had cut down the traveler's notebook, and it wasn't until last year where I was really consistent in my Hobonichi Weeks, where I decided that this was going to be like my one and only cover for it. And so that's when I kind of added this little M pouch on and M patch on it. So I think I'm going to make that a tradition for myself, that every year that I use this, I'm going to add onto it. Now, there is an inkling of me wanting to possibly purchase the Anne Libe Hobonichi Weeks cover. Now, I do have the Anne Libe A6 Techo cover, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that it can handle the chunk of my notebooks, because my Hobonichi Weeks can get very chunky, right? But this Traveler's Notebook cover does handle the chunk, so I'm not worried about that. But I do love this cover, and so I'm still on the fence of what I'm going to do, if I'm going to treat myself to a Hobonichi Weeks cover in the magnetic. Obviously, I'm not going to get a black because I have this in black, and this is like the camel brown. So I think they do have one more color, which would probably be like a brown color, and that's probably what I would get, just because so I'm not like I don't have like all of the same colors. But we shall see. I'm still thinking about it, but for now, I'm loving this. So yeah. And then the way I have this connected, it's quite simple. I have this B6, MD B6, or not, I keep saying MD. I believe it's the Traveler's Company, or maybe it is MD. I mean, they're the same, they're the same brand, but I think it's it's the MD B6 book band. And I just have it securely on here, but it's not necessary. I do have a clear pocket here that I slide the Hobonichi Techo in, and it's fine, but I just like this added security on it. And I did sew a pocket on here. I am using an older Hobonichi Weeks. This is a 2023 Hobonichi Weeks that I absolutely adore. I love the graphics on here, and I'm hoping that in 2027 they have something like this. I do love like the art on here, and so this Hobonichi Techo I used about probably like maybe like half, a little less than half of the pages on here, but I just have enough for me to finish out the year of 2026. And so I'm happy to reuse this, because like I said, I absolutely love this cover. And so I just kind of decorated it. And then in tandem with this, I still will be using my A6 Techo, like I had mentioned in my last video about this, as extra space for when I want to journal a little bit more in a day. And if you're new, when I mean journal, I don't like to like journal every single day as far as like writing, but I do like to document my day, and I do that daily. And then when there are times that I want to talk a little bit more about my day, I do so in the blank pages of the Hobonichi Weeks. But in this case, I'm using 2 books because I still have the A6 Techo, and I don't want it to go to waste. And so yeah, so I guess what we first can do is we can go over what I've done so far in the Hobonichi Weeks and how I decorated it, and then we'll set up for June. Okay, so let's get started. Like I'd mentioned, this is a 2023, and what I'm doing is I'm just kind of changing some of the numbers around to show for 2026. Now this is the newest edition. I haven't showed you guys this because I did this after the fact. I actually did this maybe like 2 or 3 nights ago, because I wanted to decorate this first. I never used to do that, but since my 2025, I've enjoyed decorating like every part of the Hobonichi Weeks. And so last year what I did was I stamped it with one of my favorite floral stamps, just to cover up, like to make it just kind of my own. And I absolutely love that. But I didn't do that in the back. Well, I kind of did, but not like this. And so for this year, or for this time, I wanted to do the same. And I was looking at my stamps, and I was thinking maybe I could do floral, but I saw that I had this, I think it's from Plus Minus. I purchased this back in 2018, and I never really used it because it was quite, like, you would have to carry this whole big, like, it's a huge, like, roll of tape, right? And so it was kind of cumbersome, so I never really had the opportunity to use it. So it just kind of sat on my shelf. And it's like tape. It's not like washi tape. So it's not like you can roll it onto like a washi board. I mean, I guess you can, but it's more like, you know, like masking tape type. This was before like all the branding technologies that we currently now have with washi tape. But I saw this and I said, you know what? I think I could use this to decorate my Hobonichi Weeks. And so I did. And that's what I did. I just loved how it turned out. So it's just basically, it's called Film Noir 01. It is black and white monochrome, dark and light. Oh, I actually bought it in 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah, I guess it's 2020. That was 2018. But 2020. And there is another version of this, but I got this version. And what I love about this, it just looks like film, right? And so I thought that would be a great way to cover this. And so I did that for the front and the back of the Hobonichi Weeks. And then I just added stickers that I liked to kind of put in the frame of the film. And I think it came out really gorgeous. And I absolutely love how it turned out. It just looks great. I just love how it looks like this is what it was on the film when you look at it, because it's quite blank. As you can see, it doesn't have anything in there but like words and like numbers, like, so I don't know if you can tell. So adding these stickers on top of it, I think it looks so nice. I really love it. And so now when I open this Hobonichi Weeks, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. I mean, obviously this right here makes me smile, but I just love I just want like every page I turn to makes me smile. So that's a new thing that I did add. Another thing that I did add was, like I always do for my Hobonichi Weeks, I always add the monthly tabs for the weekly portion and then the back page portion. Because I use the blank pages as journals, as journal pages, I also mark it with the monthly tabs. And what I like to use is the Travelers Company diary sets, and the diary sets come like this, and it has like, it'll have like these transfer stickers as well as some like other stickers, but it also comes with these tabs. And I absolutely love these because, as you can see, let's see, here's an example. I like it because they have both a large size and a small size. And I particularly like the small size because it looks really, really great in the Hobonichi Weeks. And as you can see, I've been using all my small sizes. So that would mean that once I'm done with all of this, I might have to buy extras because but every year I always get a diary set. But that is what I use as tabs for my Hobonichi Weeks. And if you're wondering what I house it in, this is also a Travelers Company product. This is their spiral notebook, and this is in the kangaroo paper pocket. And I love this. It comes in two sizes. This is the A5 Slim, and then they also come in a smaller size, which is the A6 Slim. And this is what I actually carry all like some of my loose ephemera. This is how I organize it. And so this is actually my second one. The first one that I made was like full of just collected ephemera. And I actually sold it to one of my friends because she wanted it. I was like, yeah. And so I love these spiral notebooks. Okay. Let me put this back. Okay, and so for this one, because this is a used Travelers notebook, this is a used Hobonichi Weeks, I just went ahead and just kind of washied together all the pages that I'm not going to be using, just so I'm not flipping through unnecessary pages, and so it just makes it easier. And so this is our May. And so for the monthly pages, I use this to document our dinners. And so obviously, since we kind of started this kind of late in the month, there's nothing here. It's actually housed in my A6 Techo. So if we, you know what, I should probably go over May in here as well, because I was in this for most parts of May. So let's do this in tandem. Let's see, April, May. All right, so well, I didn't do a lot of documenting because May was kind of chaotic. But as you can see, typically, this is how it would look all filled out. But May was kind of a crazy month for us. But as we look at it, I didn't document these right here, which is kind of sad because obviously these were the weeks that we were busy with graduation and family over and stuff like that. But it's okay. I'm not going to like be upset about it. It is what it is. This shows real life for me. And so we document our dinners in here. And so I like to decorate these pages. And this is how it looks. And we'll be decorating for June after we're done talking about May. All right. And so, like I mentioned, this is enough for the rest of the year. And then if we go into the weekly section, and as you can see, I did washi tape all of this because it's not usable for me. And so the first page that you go in is I had this idea actually came from a member of our Hiraya Sticker Club. Shout out again to my Hiraya Sticker Club members. She said that why don't I do a cover page for 2026 because I am starting this kind of in the middle of the year and this isn't a 2026 journal, and I said that would be perfect. And so that's what we did. We did a little page for 2026 indicating this is a 2026 journal, and I loved how it turned out. And then we come into our weekly pages. Now this is going to be different. So before we go into this one, let's start off with the beginning of May. So in my A6 Techo, every month we always do a cover page for that month, and in this case we like to pick a color theme and then kind of sticker bomb that page, and this is how it turned out. And we did the same thing for our journaling pages for May in the Hobonichi Weeks. As you can see, I stuck with orange. And so these are my cover pages for the journaling pages for May. So I definitely wanted to keep it the same. All right. And as we turn to each single page in May, a huge difference on how I journal in an A6 Techo versus a Hobonichi Weeks. And I think this is the reason why, I mean, despite me doing it every single day for the last 5 months, I do love it, but like I had mentioned in my last video, it was just a little bit too much for me. And so that's the reason why I'm glad I'm back in there. But let us go over each day. So this is how my day one looked like. We had a new sticker. If you are interested, this is actually in our Etsy shop. I will make sure that everything that I mention or tell you about will be in the description box. So just make sure that if you ever have any questions about what's going on here, check the description box because I put a lot of information in there for you. And so this is that. I know there's other designs that I've made. I'm still in the process of like bundling it together and probably adding it to our Etsy shop. I just haven't had the time to do it, but hopefully we'll get to it. Again, here is my next page. And then sometimes when I'm having bad days, obviously because this is a journal that sees the light of day, meaning you guys get to see it, I don't put a lot of personal stuff in there. I actually have a separate journal for that no one will ever see, and I will never show it on the internet because that's for me and my emotions and my, my thoughts that I feel that are not safe to be shown. And I know sometimes people are like, we want to see the messy journals and like the private journals, but that's the thing is like when you are showing things on the internet, it's like it's hard because like this is what I do every single day and I love it. But I do just have a separate notebook for the most private thoughts that I feel like are mine, and I don't need it to show it to the world. And so there's a balance. But that does not mean that this isn't a true journal for me, because this is still a true journal. It still documents my every single day. Not my private thoughts and private struggles or whatever the case may be. So usually on days where I have, I'm struggling, I'll just put a little note like this just to kind of get a gist. And sometimes this is all I need, but sometimes if I need to like go into my feelings, I will go into that other book and start writing. But even so, usually there are a lot of negative thoughts in those. And so usually by the time I process it, I will actually tear it out of the book and burn it. So there's that. And so here's another new sticker. Again, this is also in our Etsy shop. So if you're interested, check that out. There's, I think, 3 or 4 different kinds of this one. Like I have a matte, there's a glossy, and so forth. So check that out. And there you go. And yeah, like I had mentioned, it's just one of those things. I just feel like in an A6 Techo, I have to write more versus just using my stickers, which I'll show you what I mean in my Hobonichi Weeks. And I gave it a good go. I think so. But here, like, I just didn't have anything to journal that day, or we missed it. And so just having these is fine. But it kind of bothers me, though, that it's so empty. Versus, like, if I did this in my Hobonichi Weeks, it doesn't look so crazy or so empty. So, and then, yes, I think this is my last entry. And so what I'm planning on doing for this is, again, it's just going to be an extra journal for me, because I don't have very many blank pages in my Hobonichi Weeks. This will be a continuation of that. And so I will be kind of like junk journaling the May events in here. Like I have photos, I have like pamphlets, all of that stuff will go in here. I just haven't had time, but that is on the blocks as far as things I need to do. And then on the end of this is where I kind of track our movies and shows. And so for May, again, not much of watching TV because we were just so busy. And so that's how it looks. As far as June, hopefully not hopefully, I feel like we'll have time to watch movies, but because summer vacation is starting, I feel like we're in the sun and it's so nice outside. We'll be doing a lot of things outside, so not so much a lot of watching. But yeah, so that's basically pretty much it for my A6 Techo. I do have plans, and again, this is another project that I'm starting that I'm going to use the monthly pages. I could use this as an extra swatching, but I need to continue doing it in here because this is what I'll be using. So swatching, I mean, the main purpose of me swatching my pens is to make sure that it's good on this paper. So if I swatch on here, it doesn't make any sense that it's going to be here if I'm going to be using this. So I'll continue the swatching in this one. But I do have another plan for this monthly, and that's another project that I will tell you guys about at the end. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, okay, let's go into the Hobonichi Week, since we went ahead and we don't journal in that as much. All right, so now that we've got the monthly part, let's go into the weekly section. And this is my favorite part. This is where I document my day. And as you can see, this is how I document my day. I sticker journal. When I say sticker journaling, it's basically I just write down the things that I did that day, and I use stickers to kind of represent it. And so this is how this week looked like. And it's so funny because I have been into my fountain pens and fountain inks this whole year. And so when I was in the A6 Techo, like I felt like I needed all these colors because I'm writing a little bit more, right? And so now that I'm back here, obviously I use, now I'm kind of back with using a color of the week, like a pen and a marker. And so I find myself just using one color for the whole week, if that makes sense, versus in my A6 Techo, I was using one color every 2 days. So I was able to switch out the colors about every 2 days. And this in the Hobonichi Weeks, it's a little bit different. I'm switching colors once a week. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And so that kind of means that I'm not going to be utilizing my fountain pens and inks as much as I was in the A6 Techo. I guess there's pros and cons for this, the way I'm doing it, but I do have my blank pages, and if I do want to write a little bit more, obviously I have my fountain pens and inks that I've already inked up to choose from. So, okay, so this is how the week went, and I just absolutely love the fact that even if I did the same thing, and this is also one of the things that I always enjoy about documenting and journaling, or documenting my day this way, is that even if I do the same things over and over again, there's still variety. It doesn't look all the same because of the stickers and because of the markers I'm using and pen. It's just so fun, and just the process of going through each thing that I'm doing and then finding the stickers that I need and writing it down. It's just, I just love the whole process. It's just such a joy for me. And so that I'm just so happy that I'm in here. And so that is how it looks. I love seeing all the different stickers on here so much. And as you can see, I am using a lot of stickers. And so usually I have my sticker book. When I was in the A6 Techo, like my sticker books were on display. And so for some reason, this past week, I've just kind of had it right here because I'm in it so much. And so I guess that's a good sign. And so, yeah, I've been using my stickers. And if you're interested in knowing how I organize my stickers, I will either leave in the cards or in the description box my system of how I do my stickers. And I guess long story short, each book is a category, and every time I get stickers or washi, I put it in their respective category, and that's just makes it so much easier for me when I'm journaling. So like if I'm doing like this right here, it says a food run, I know that I have to go into my food book, which right now, because my food stickers seem to be growing a lot faster than other categories, because I eat a lot. So I know that if I'm talking about I did a food run, oops, I know that I need to go into my food sticker book. And then my food sticker book looks like this. It has nothing but food in here. And it just makes it so much easier when I am documenting my day, that this is where I need to pull my stickers from. And it's just, I just love the fact that I'm in my sticker books a lot more. And so again, same thing, you know, if I dropping off the kids at school, usually I look for something like with a book, or, you know, someone studying, bike riding. So yeah, I just absolutely love how it looks. So I'm excited to start a whole new week. And I kind of cheated a little bit. I kind of went ahead and just kind of put my, what do you call it? My tabs already for June. Let's go into the back pages. Now the back pages is where I journal a little bit more if I want to talk about my day and expand on it, and I want to put more words onto paper, and that's how I do it. And so we went ahead and we did a cover page for May. Again, we will continue doing this for every month. And then for May, I didn't journal as far as on that day, but I did journal some kind of short highlights of what was happening in May. That way I didn't leave this page blank for May. But sometimes it's like that though, and that's okay. And so yeah, I just did little happenings of what was going down as far as May is concerned. And for the next page, this will be our June cover page, and then this will be prepped for June journalings. And that's pretty much it as far as what's going on here. All these pages are going to be for journaling. I don't have any trackers in here like I did with my older Hobonichi Weeks from last year. I had my movies and TV shows tracking in here, but since we are in the A6 Tetra as well, it'll continue in there. So 2026 will be a year of 2 journals. And then I think I tracked like my workouts or something like, or maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. But yeah, so we're working with 2 books this year, which is okay. I guess it's kind of one of those things that I have to just deal with since we did move back into the Hobonichi Weeks. So that's going to be prepped. Now, and that's pretty much it when it comes to my May. And let's go ahead and set up for June. And like I had mentioned, because this is a 2023, I just went ahead and changed out the numbers. Now, I didn't do anything fancy because I don't want things too complicated for myself, because if I have to set up and it takes forever and a day, I'm not going to do it. And so all I did was I just took my fountain pen that's inked up with this Vinta La Union ink, and I just changed the numbers on there. Like, I didn't even bother erasing the numbers behind it. It was just too much. This was fine, and this will do. And so that's what I did. And obviously there is writing here from what it was before. And so I don't mind that because, again, we're just going to cover that up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pick some stickers. Now, it's going to be food related because this is a section that we document our dinners. So I just want to, let's look at the month prior. We did kind of like an ice cream theme. So this year, this month, I mean, these are cool, but I don't feel like it's summer. Maybe we could do bread. How about let's do bread for summer. For June. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my people portion of the stickers and see if I have anyone that is holding bread. And we do have very many choices when it comes to bread. Okay. Let us go through. I do want to have like a little bit of bigger sticker. So we do have like this person eating a bagel. And then here's one. Here's toast, a pretzel. Here's more. Here's a swing, and she's swinging on a bread swing. I think that's cute. And then we have this. I kind of like the bread swing. I think that's such a summer thing to do. So let's pick that. And then we're just going to either put it, I think we'll put it right here. I think that's super cute. I'm going to bring you guys in. That way you could kind of see it better. Okay, hopefully that is a better view. All right. Okay, let us go ahead and go into the bread stickers. Okay, this doesn't have any bread. So I will put that back. Usually I take things off their sticker sheets and put it in the sticker book. But these were, I forgot what they were from Chicago Stationery Fest, and I just didn't have time to do that. But here is a big toast. I think that is super cute. Here is like a croissant. I know I have a lot of bread stickers. Like, look at these. These are so cute. All right. Like, we even have like a bakery one. Here's more. I do like these colors a lot better. They're bright. So maybe that's what I'll pick. I definitely want more color on the page. Here's more. Okay, I do like, what is that? Is that bread? Oh no, it's cheese. Okay, let's go here. And I do like this color. So let's pull this one. Oops. And we'll put that right there. I think that's cute. And then I definitely want something to cover this. I think what we could do is use that one girl who's holding bread. Where is it? right here. I think that would be a great sticker to cover. Oh yeah, for sure. That's perfect. There we go. That works. I mean, you could still kind of see like the words, but that's fine. I think that's cute. And then that will just, and then as the days go by, I'll be adding little stickers to represent those dinners, like so. Where is it? That's how I like to document the dinners, and I will put food stickers on the individual days. So that's how it's going to be. Oops. And let's go ahead. Let's pick out a color theme for June. And I think we used like a purplish color. We could do blue or orange. Orange and blue are like my go-to. Let's see. Usually I have my notepad here for when I can swatch. Oh, here it is. I do have stickers that I need a junk journal on my food my food junk journal, so I had that there. So we can do orange. We could do this blue, which I think that's a fun color. Or we do have like a light blue. Let's do orange. I just love the orange. It always makes me so happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And I just put on the menu. I could probably change up the words, but I haven't picked out a new saying for that. And then I just like to use a black pen. This is my Sarasa Nano in 0.38 in the black ink. And I just kind of like to outline the letters. Just outlining it kind of gives it more, what's the word? You can see the letters better. More definition. Is that the right description for it? There we go. It looks great. It's ready for June. Okay, now if we go into our weekly section, the only thing that we need to do is create the lines and the dates. And let's go ahead and do that. I just like to use a regular ruler. I like using this triangular one. I don't know what brand this is actually, but as you can see, I've used it a lot. It's quite marked up, and I love that for me because it shows my usage over the years. Okay, and then just take a regular pencil. This is the Kaweco Special S mechanical pencil in the 0.5. And then I just use the guide dots to create my lines. And like I had mentioned in all my videos, whenever I'm setting these things up, I just like to keep it simple. It's just so much better for me as far as the time it takes to set things up, because if it's too complicated, if I have to write headers and all this stuff, like, you know, like bullet journaling, it's just not gonna work for me. It's just too much work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so I like to keep it simple. And sometimes simple is just the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There we go. And then I take my favorite date stamps. It's from Raw Market Shop. I've had this for a couple years, and I just, like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And this is what I like to use because it's just so simple. The dates are in a single stamp, so it's easy. I don't have to do individual numbers. And then you already have your year and the days of the week. It's all right there. And I think last week we did a blue. I do have several colors, but I'm going to try this one. I know we did the blue. We'll do this kind of greenish color. And then I got to remind myself. Oh, And I definitely want to change this to say June. So I'm going to use my black ink and hopefully it will kind of cover it up. Yeah, there we go. It did. Because last week I did a light color and it didn't cover it up. So at least I know that's June. Okay, and then what I like to do is go ahead and write the dates, and I have to remind myself to offset it to the left to give room for my days of the week, or for my weather bears. And so this is how I'm doing it. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit. Okay, so this is quite light. Which is okay. That is fine. I think maybe because this stamp isn't very clean. I know I should be wiping it down, but I don't. I don't clean it after every stamp. I used to do that. It took a lot of time, and I just was like, you know what, whatever. So, yeah, it's not a rule. I mean, I guess it's best. They say to keep your stamps, you know, so it won't deteriorate, but I've had my stamps for a long time, and I rarely clean them. Okay, sorry about that. My phone died, and so I had to kind of take a little small break. Hopefully, the charge I did is enough to last us at least to the end of this video, but we shall see. Okay, so where was I? Yes, we were putting the dates in this notebook. I don't remember what we were talking about prior to my phone dying, but ooh, sorry, I have like the phone right in my face, so I can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. Oh, the joys of filming. I'll probably just put this here so I can see the numbers. So I am just stamping the days, and like I mentioned, I love this stamp because I don't have to do individual numbers, which is nice because when you're doing this every single week, it can get really, really annoying to have to do the days every digit, and so this makes it so much easier and enjoyable because, like I had mentioned, when it comes to my setups, I just don't want it to be too fussy. And this is what I mean about my weather bear stamps, and I've shown this multiple times in my videos, but these are my weather bear stamps. Today was sunny, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp that as well right here, like so. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Do you want me to journal what has happened so far? I mean, we can't do that. Let me pull you guys out a little bit. Okay. Funny thing, it's just, I don't know if it's just the universe is saying, no, I'm just going to make it a little bit more difficult for you to film. As I was zooming out, you guys, the whole stand just completely came out. Yeah, okay. Luckily, it was a very easy fix. Okay, I guess we could just journal just what has happened so far. And today, we did have to take my son to work. And so usually when it comes to like showing work, I don't know, I just kind of pick whatever looks like work to me. uh, let's see. Let me look at my objects category. Sunglass. So he works at a sunglass shop, eyeglass shop. So this would be a great, I'm going to do like this, just so I can cover that up. And then since, I guess we'll just go ahead and continue with the orange theme, which I need to counter that with a maybe blue. So the blues that I do have, think, what is this inked up as? I believe this is the, ooh, I think that would be pretty. This is the Little Mermaid. I think it is. Let me check my currently inked. This is, what is this? This is the Sage. Yes, it is the Wearing Gales, the Little Mermaid. I had a whole thing about this, trying to find the right nib to showcase the Little Mermaid ink, and I found it in a broad nib for the Kaweco. Okay, so that was like a whole ordeal as well. So yeah, that'll be my colors for the week. And so I don't like to use my kid's real name because this is a journal that everybody sees, so I always just do an initial, and then I'll just put work, drop off, and then again I just like to outline it like so. And then what else did we do? We did eat, and usually sometimes I will put what we eat here, even though I kind of do it on the what do you call it, on the monthly section. And since I have mentioned it, let me go ahead and write what we had today. I made Filipino spaghetti and fried chicken because that's like the best combo. So I'll put Filipino. Oh, I love this ink so much. Spaghetti with fried chicken. And then usually if I don't fill up the space, I will also add a sticker, but that's fine. Look how pretty that is. I love this ink. Okay, so let's go back here. I do want to put, I think I might have like a spaghetti or a pasta somewhere. Let's see. Oh, right here. So that will be a perfect sticker. Yay. Look how cute that is. So I'm just going to put that right here, and that covers a lot of those numbers. And I'm just going to put Filipino spaghetti. And sometimes I go over the line, and that's fine. And then I do sometimes like to just, some letters I will use a marker, and then another word it'll be in the pen, just so I can use both. And it's not just all marker. And so I would do, I'll just write spaghetti. And then I'm also filming, so we can do that. I will look in maybe my object sticker book and look at something that represents recording. So in this case, I do see like a camera. So I will add that. And then I'll just put it like right here just to cover some of those numbers. And I'll just put, what would I put? YouTube. And it's so simple whenever I document my day like this, because I'm not thinking of like words that I have to put on the paper like today, because I feel like when I write, it's just the same thing over and over again. Like today, this is what I did, this, blah, 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 blah. But this one, I can just like list it out and find stickers. And then we're going to be working on the yard. And so maybe I could look at my nature category and look at maybe like flowers or the trees. We'll be doing a little bit of yard work. My husband already started. I told him I'm going to film a little bit and I will join him. Hopefully by the time I join him, everything's done. Shh, don't tell him. Uh, this is cute. I like this little frame with the flowers. So I will put that right here again, trying to cover as much as I can. And I'll just put yard work. And I know we'll be riding our bikes later, so we'll put that down when it happens. Yard work. And that's pretty much how I document my day. We're almost all the way to the end, so I have this much space, which it's more than enough. And then if we go ahead and go into the back pages, like I mentioned, we're going to do a cover page. And so I haven't figured out what color. I'm thinking maybe like this color, like a turquoise-ish color, maybe. Let's see if we can accomplish that. Because I've done blue in the past, but I'm going to see if I can find like this kind of color. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So this is at the point. This is the point where most likely I will throw on some music so you could watch my whole process, because usually this takes a little bit longer, like a good 10-15 minutes maybe. And so I will just throw on some music and then we'll get the sticker bombing and then we'll talk a little bit more, and I think that would probably be the end of the video. But okay, I'm gonna pull you guys out and then we'll get to sticker bombing. Okay, We are back. I think this is my most favorite color that I had done to date. I always say that every single time, but I think it was such a great challenge because this is not typically like a normal, I mean, like, a color that you see every day. And so, um, as you can see, when I was trying to figure out the stickers to find, I had to like use this as a reference because I just didn't trust my eyes because I would probably pull everything blue, right? And so having this helped for me to pull out the right shade. And I mean, it's not perfect, but when I mean like compared to like the other blues that I usually pull, like I'll show you, like this right here, it's mostly blue. And so you can see that there is a difference between the shading. And so I think my next one, I'm going to use these as reference from now on. That made it so much easier to like figure out what color or what shade of the blue green to find. So this is called Sage, and I absolutely love all the colors, all the stickers that kind of matched it. It's not perfect, but I loved how it turned out. Like I absolutely love this color, and to be able to see the stickers with kind of the same shade, it is so pretty. I absolutely love how this turned out. And again, I love doing this because it allows me to use stickers that I don't normally use in my everyday documenting and journaling. So it allows me to use those little, because you know how when you get sticker sheets and there's like subjects in their sticker sheets that you don't really necessarily will be using. And so I love doing this because it allows me to just pull things out of my sticker book just based on color, not based on subject matter, nothing, just purely color. And so I can actually use uh, the stickers that I don't normally use. And I absolutely love this cover page. So here's May, June, May, June. I love that. And so now this is prepped for June. And oh my gosh, I can't get over this color, the shade. Oh, so pretty. Um, yeah, and so that is it. I can't wait to figure out what July is. It's going to be one of these colors. So I'm excited to see which color I will choose. We'll see. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you guys love it? I absolutely love it. And that's pretty much it for the setup for my journal. I am so excited. Let's go over the June, how it looks like. Oh wait, let's go back to the monthly calendar. There we go. We got our first entry, and then we got our cover page for June ready for my journaling. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I am so glad that I am back in the Hobonichi Weeks. It just feels so right for me, and I'm so excited. So, what are these next personal projects that I will be doing? Well, since you asked, let me tell you about it. And so, this is something that I've been actually talking about on my channel. And it's about talking about like my menu planning system. And this menu planning system has been in effect since 2014, and throughout the years I have perfected it for our lifestyle. And I feel like I have a great system as far as how we menu plan. And because we organize it in this way, it has helped in a lot of different areas of our personal life, like our finances. We're able to use up the things, or use the foods and like staples that we have up, and then it's just so much easier to go grocery shopping and to see where the holes are in your pantry. And that's something that I want to show you guys and show you my system. So I'm excited to get that project shown. The way I use it, a lot of the cards that I'm using for my menu planning, they're really worn because, like I said, I've been doing this since 2014. And so I probably in my video will be creating new cards so I can refresh my system. And then also because like the way things, I really want to hyper focus on this because it's just with prices for essentials rising, a lot of our fun money is getting depleted. And so I really want to hyper focus, because I feel like this is kind of like the only way I can control how much money we spend, if that makes sense. Because obviously, like, gas, you really can't, whatever the prices are, it is, and groceries as well. But I feel like with the like purchasing of goods and making your food and creating dinners out of, things in your pantry, it helps with spending control. And so that's something that I've been wanting to show you guys. And I've been trying to figure out the way to explain it to you guys. So stay tuned for that. I'm really, really excited to show you guys that. And then another project of mine is I want to start a like ancestry book for myself. Unfortunately, I don't know much about my bloodline, so to speak. And I know my bloodline is very, very interesting. And so I do have close relatives, just learning about like my aunts, my great aunts, my great grandfather, great grandmother, and all of that stuff. And I can only go so far back, and I want to document it so I have something to put in, because I don't have anything from my family members that shows. It's all from just word of mouth. But luckily, I can Google some of my ancestry and it's there, which is very interesting. And so I want to put it here so my kids have something and we don't disappear, and our family line doesn't disappear, because like my aunts and my uncles are old. And so yeah. And I don't think my line of generation know a lot about our family history. And so that's a project that I want to work on. And I decided to put it in this Archer and Olive extra large pocket notebook. These came in a two set. It's their extra large pocket, which I absolutely love. I actually use this. There's another, I used it for, let me actually go grab it. So the set, I have two different sets. So there's like a two-piece, and this one I used last year for my workout journal, which every time I pull this out and I flip through it, I'm like, I absolutely love this, and I want to do this too but I do have it in my planner. But I do see, this is what happens when I pull out notebooks that I did in the past. And then, when I decide I'm not going to do it for a certain year, and then I look back, I'm like, I really want to do that. The struggle. But anyway, so this is what I used for my workout journal, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I kind of mimicked the Hobonichi Weeks, where I have like a monthly in the beginning, and then I have a weekly spread. And then in the back is where I would journal about, me working out and what I've learned or whatnot. And I love that. And I want to do it again. Do I do it again? Oh my gosh, it's mid-year. But I love how it turned out, as you can see. Again, this matched my Hobonichi Weeks with the pattern. I tell you, I should have just kept going for this year what I did last year, because I absolutely loved it and enjoyed it. But then, like, you see other things and you're like, oh, let's do this. And then, yeah. And then you're like, man, I should have just started it. But anyways, I absolutely love this notebook. And so I'm going to do that here. And I love the cover. It's like a linen cover, and it has all these hearts. And I thought that would be perfect to document my family history and write down some stories that I've heard, a little family tree. And what I plan to do, I even Googled how to start an archive book for your family history. And I looked at different ideas, but I definitely want to keep it simple. But I do want to have some kind of book where my kids can just kind of look at it and be like, oh, this is this person. And so what I want to do is, like, for each person that I learn about, I want to put like their picture if I can find one, and then just about them kind of thing, and who they are. Like, I think that's what I'm going to do, like who their spouse is, who their kids, and how I'm related to that person. Because, and that's one thing that's hard for me to figure out is like, how do I put a pinpoint? I know you just have to pick one person and then just go from there. Like, do I start with my great great grandpa that I know about and then go down the line, or do I start with me and then work backwards? Um, I'm still trying to figure out, but that is definitely a personal project that I want to start. And I just can't wait to fill this in with different information and stories that I've heard. And yeah, that's a personal project that I will be working on. I'm beyond excited. And I'm so happy that I hoard notebooks because now I found a use for it. So that is pretty much the personal projects that I'm going to be working on, that I will be showing you guys my journey. You guys will be coming alongside that. And then, well, I don't know about my family history, if I will be putting that on the internet. I think this will be more of a personal project for myself, obviously because it's kind of private, right? But I just wanted to let you guys know, like, that is a personal project that I'll be working on the side. But please stay tuned for my menu planning system, because I really want to share that information. I feel like it'll be beneficial for everybody. If you don't have like a menu planning system and you're trying to figure out how to do it, and I like to show you how I do it, because it's been working for me since 2014. So okay, so I don't know how long this video is. Like I said, I tend to talk a lot, and that's okay. If you've been with me for a while, you guys know my videos are quite long, and I truly, truly appreciate everybody that watches all of it. It's basically a movie. I'm talking about over an hour and a half, maybe even sometimes 2 hours. But I truly appreciate you guys hanging out. Maybe you guys have me playing in the background while you are, uh, doing your journaling or setting things up. But I do appreciate you guys for, supporting this channel by watching it, and then, um, just being here. And I enjoy your guys' company. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you. I think my husband's done in the yard, so I'm just going to go out there and hang out. I was hoping that maybe I would miss the work part and just do the play part. So that's what I'm gonna do. If you haven't checked out the Hiraya Sticker Club, it is a YouTube members only exclusive for you guys. There's a bunch of cool things. I just released our June stickers, which I think is super, super cute. Head over there. Those are you every month you get like a free sticker download or a sticker sheet download as part of being the Hiraya Sticker Club. And then we do at least one live a month. I used to do it for everybody, but sometimes the lives, uh, it can go very, very long. And so it's a good chunk of time. And so for now, I'm just doing it for the Hiraya Sticker Club for now. And we have one set up for June. I haven't announced it yet. I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do and what's the best date, because there's a lot of things happening in June. So we will see, but head on over. Everything's going to be in the description box, and check out our Etsy shop, Tiny Planner Studio on Etsy. Again, all in the description box. Stay tuned. There's a lot more things coming. Again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who is supporting in whatever way you can, whether it's watching my videos, liking my videos, engaging in my video, commenting, being part of the Hiraya Sticker Club, or, however small way or big way that you do support the Mari Hiraya channel. I really appreciate it. So, okay, I think I've talked too much. I think it's time for last call. So, okay, I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.